Well, tonight, the Birthplace of Country Music Museum will kick off a new virtual speaker series. And like all good discussions, this one includes the power of food. Joining us now with more is Dr. Renee Rogers, head curator for the museum. Great to see you.
It's good to see you too. Thank you.
So this first one really talks about the power of food and how it influences history, right?
Yeah, you know, its place in history, so just the importance of food in general, but also how you can tie in the history of food with bigger parts of history, like social history, economic history, political history. And so our speaker, Paula Johnson, she's the food history curator at the National Museum of American History, one of the Smithsonian museums, is going to talk about those connections, but also talk about some of the cool stuff that they actually have, how they collect for food history at the museum. In Washington, D.C., and especially, you know, one of the things she was involved with was bringing Julia Child's kitchen there, so she's also going to talk about that, so I think that'll be really interesting to people.
Yeah, very interesting, and I think people will be surprised to learn about the food history and what they actually have. It's kind of one of those things you don't think about.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's so many things. I mean, there's obvious things like when you think about during wars when there's rationing, but you know, just in this region alone, I mean, food is such a huge part of Appalachian culture, and it is an important part of our history. You see it commemorated in music, you see it commemorated in paintings, you see it talked about. I mean, food is like the basis of so many different things, you know, and the connections to history, I think, will make people think about it a little bit differently.
Very cool. And this is actually part of a series that you're going to be doing, I understand, for the next couple months.
Yeah, actually for the whole year. So we've got a virtual speaker series that's going to be one presentation per month. And next month, for instance, we have one on February 2nd about honky-tonk women. So women before the pioneering women of country music. And then on March 2nd, we're going to have Black in Appalachia here talking about researching and sharing Black narratives from this region. And then we'll continue to have another speaker every month after that.
Wonderful. And of course, this one is virtual, but what an opportunity to be able to talk with these folks from further away and really connect them, especially with that connection with the Smithsonian.
Definitely. You know, we really wanted to kick this series off with a bang, and we thought that partnering with the Smithsonian was the obvious way to do that. And we had already planned to do this last year, but of course the pandemic sort of made us have to postpone it. But it's through the American Women's History Initiative at the Smithsonian, so it's a really great opportunity. And we are looking at lots of really great speakers down the line. So we're going to have people nearby, but also people from further away who are going to be sharing their stories and histories with us. And this is a free event. Anyone can attend. We just ask that people register on our website so that they can get the Zoom link.
Very cool. And we're going to tell our viewers how to do that coming up here in just a minute. But we also wanted to ask you about the book club. I understand that you've got some new releases there as well.
We do. We've set the entire reading schedule for 2021. So if reading is on your New Year's resolution list, we have some really good choices there. And we'd love for people to read along with us and send in their questions, and they might appear on the air. But the first book that we are reading is on January 28th, and it's called I Saw the Light, The Story of Hank Williams by Colin Escott. And we picked that one because we thought it was a really good fit for our current special exhibit, Honky Tonk Portraits of Country Music. And it's such an interesting book. I'm about 3/4 of the way through, and I mean, you know, he died so young, and I did not realize how much you could fit into a lifetime. I mean, and it was just incredible. So the story is so interesting, and I think people will really enjoy the conversation.
Absolutely. I think the book club has become so popular. A lot of people talk about just that interaction that they get. Well, Renee, Dr. Rogers, great to have you with us. We're going to give everybody our information on your different events, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Great to see you. Again, don't forget, this is a free event coming up tonight, but they do want you to register. For more information and to register, you can do that on the website, birthplaceofcountrymusic.org.